Jimmy Carter, America's 39th president, dead at 100. Jimmy Carter, the 39th president of the United States, died on Sunday at the age of 100, the first president ever to live to be a centenarian. Carter had turned 100 on October 1st, more than 4 decades after leaving office in 1981. Having served one term in the White House, a period defined by economic woes at home, a valiant effort to bring about Middle East peace, and the hostage crisis in Iran. Carter's son Chip said that the former president and Georgia governor had died in his Plains, Georgia home on Sunday afternoon, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Jimmy Carter had spent the last several years in hospice care and was preceded in death by former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, who died last year. They had been married 77 years. President Joe Biden has ordered that Jimmy Carter receive a formal state funeral in Washington, D.C. In a joint statement with his wife, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden, the president called Carter a man of great character and courage, hope, and optimism. With his compassion and moral clarity, he worked to eradicate disease, forge peace, advance civil rights and human rights, promote free and fair elections, house the homeless, and always advocate for the least among us, the Biden said. A Washington outsider, Carter was elected president in 1976, narrowly beating President Gerald Ford just 2 years before the Watergate scandal led to Richard Nixon's resignation. But as president from 1977 to 1981, Carter struggled to deal with Congress, a sign of his political inexperience. His presidency was marked by stagflation, a toxic mix of high inflation, stagnant growth, and persistent unemployment. Tensions in the Middle East further eroded his support. The 1979 Iranian Revolution led to sharp increases in energy costs and the infamous hostage crisis. The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan contributed to the atmosphere of chaos in Carter's final year in office. Carter's defeat in a landslide loss to Ronald Reagan in 1980 was humiliating. A post-political life in obscurity might have been expected. And yet, the opposite occurred. Once free from the pressures of being president, Carter's skills in foreign affairs flourished, working admonishingly the human rights and peace, especially in the Middle East. In 2002, he won the Nobel Peace Prize for his decades of untiring efforts to find peaceful solutions to international conflict. Carter is one of only 4 U.S. presidents to win the prize and the only one to win it after leaving office. Recently, the Carter Center in Atlanta, another of his legacies, called for a ceasefire in Gaza, noted that Carter would be on the plane to try and secure one if his health permitted it. For more than 40 years, Carter has also a stalwart of Habitat for Humanity, a charity that builds free houses for needy working families. In the early 1980s, he gave the group national visibility, an outcome that helped it expand internationally. This was well before housing affordability became a major political issue. That's all I have to say for this video.